Hi, Tom here with Imagine Form. Today we're going to go over paint gun problems, things that your paint gun does, you're not sure why, and how to solve them. In our last video we went over the paint gun, how to set it up, and the basics of spraying. Alright, the first problem I'm going to do is sputter. It's when the paint gun is spraying, but it's like pulsing and gives you a really crappy pattern. You can see that, it's almost like dotted line all over the place. You'll never get a good paint job like that. So this is actually a pretty easy fix most of the time. The most common cause of this is air leaking around your air nozzle. So easy fix. A lot of times all it is this is right here is loose. Snug that up and you should be good to go. This is the Harbor Freight gun. Again, this is a metal to metal seal. So make sure it's super clean. If it's another gun, look for that same seal. The seal might have a crack in it, just might be dirty. Might have to pop the seal out, clean it behind it. But as long as that's sealed up, we should be good to go. Let's check it out. Okay, get a nice smooth fan now. All right, another common problem I see a lot is bad fan shape. So you want your fan a nice straight big oval right in front of the gun. Sometimes it's crooked, sometimes it's shooting off to one side or another. If you can see, it's kind of shooting off that way. It's crooked, it's short, even with the fan wide open. It's all right, but it's not great. Number one cause of that is your fan ports are all plugged up. So I plug mine up with tape. But what'll happen a lot of times, if you don't clean your tip real good, these holes, they go back in to behind the air cap here. They need to be completely clean. Sometimes if you're spraying a lot, what'll happen is you'll get overspray, start to build up on these. It'll change the shape of your fan. You also want to be careful not to poke any hard metals in it. This is brass, so it's kind of soft. If you distort the shape of those, that'll also throw off your fan, but forever. So you don't want to do that. Another problem that's really annoying is you get random drips from the tip of your gun. So you go to spray, and instead of a nice fan, what first comes out is a big goober of paint drips out there. A couple causes for that. One is you've gotten a little chunk of dried paint or something from an unclean gun stuck in the needle here where it seats. The other problem, and we'll get to this in a minute too, is that this right here tightens a bushing. If that's too tight, it won't allow the needle back forward. So it'll stay open a little bit and a little bit of paint will drip out, and then when you pull it, it'll shoot that drip of paint out. So along that same line, again with this nut back in here, sometimes when you're spraying, what'll happen is you're spraying and you're done spraying, and the paint gun keeps spraying, you've let go of the trigger, and it just keeps dumping out paint, and you have to unplug it or whatever, and you unplug it, it starts dripping everywhere. Again, that's this nut here. I'm gonna take this off. So as you tighten this nut down, it squeezes washers around your needle. So without paint in the gun, what you want to be able to do is pull that needle back and let it go, and it should slide forward on its own all the way. Okay, if it doesn't slide forward, that's too tight or it's gummy. Take that all apart, clean it out. If it's too loose, this nut here is too loose, you'll get paint, and this is another paint problem, is it'll drip out of here and come all down your hands, and you'll be a mess, and it's really irritating. So if it's dripping, you want to tighten it up. If it's not releasing, you want to loosen it back a little bit. And you'll have to change that from time to time. It's also a good idea to pull your needle all the way out and clean it. Okay, another common problem that I run into a lot is slow paint. When you're spraying along, everything's going fine, and you just kind of keep opening up your volume a little more and more because it's just not coming out as fast, but nothing else is changing. Two major causes for that. First one is these caps. A lot of caps have a vent. This one actually has a plug where you can plug it up. If that's plugged up, what will happen is you'll create a vacuum in here, and the paint will just slowly stop flowing as that vacuum gets stronger. The other thing that happens is you get a little paint splashed up in there, and it'll dry over time, and that'll get plugged up. So it'll just, again, create that vacuum and you're spraying, it just won't come out. The other thing is I've got a last chance filter in here, which is down here if you didn't filter your paint to start, and that gets all plugged up. That'll also slow down your paint. So make sure you filter your paint before you put in your gun, and it's always good to have a last chance filter in there. Just eliminates any little boogers that you might get on your part. If you have any of your own paint problems that you can't quite figure out, leave them in the comments. Thanks for watching. Keep an eye out for our next video where I will go over problems with paint itself.